DMZ and Warzone 2 finally got, shown off to the public. It's now an official thing, and people are very divisive about it. I watched the full DMZ thing. I even streamed a little bit of it for any of you guys who were able to catch it. And you might have noticed that my thoughts were a little bit also divisive. But I want to talk about it a little bit because, the whole entire past 2 months on this channel, we've been focused on DMZ and Call of Duty as a whole. And I think it's just a really good time to talk about it. If you like this video, go ahead and leave a like. If you don't, go ahead and leave a dislike. Doesn't matter. Nobody else will see it anyways, you fucking loser. But if you like the video, subscribe. I'm kidding about the loser thing. All right, let's get into it. So obviously, now that we know DMZ and we've seen it, we know it is not an exact Tarkov clone like it had been leaked to be. A lot of people were leaking it to be like, oh, this is the next Tarkov. This is the biggest Tarkov clone since, well, Tarkov came out. This is going to be exactly Tarkov. And it's not. And you know what? I'm actually okay with that. While I did subscribe to the notion that it would be very similar to Tarkov, I did not know how much further they could get away from it, to be honest. And I had mentioned in my video the other day that they were going more for Tarkov's throat instead of, somebody like Battlefield 2042's throat with Hazard Zone. But honestly, I'm going to say it's pretty dead in the middle. They take quite a few aspects from Tarkov and they mix it with the aspects of something like Hazard Zone. And you know what? That's okay. So DMZ has a set time period on the map that you have. It looked like it was about 25 minutes or so, but that's not actually the end of the game. The end of the game is when the whole entire map fills with gas, kind of like Warzone does, and the last team extracts, basically, which is fine. You can also extract beforehand, and it's giving me a lot of those Hazard Zone vibes with those things, but the looting is giving me a lot more, Tarkov-esque vibes. So they are introducing new looting functionality with things actually laying on shelves, things making sense where they are, some real world items just kind of laying around. But the difference that they're doing is that when you don't really take that stuff out with you, what you do is you sell it in game inside of the store, to my knowledge. I did watch Dr. Lupo and Landmark mostly play this, and they were on the same team. So I really just seen two different angles of the same thing. So maybe I'm missing out a lot of it. And a lot of people shit on the game. And I mostly think that's because you had very, new people playing the game. That's also their first time playing the game. And they don't know exactly what's going on. They're just trying to navigate the game as it is, as they see it. And then, figure it out as they go. I don't think that's inherently bad. I just think that that's just how it goes. We'll have to see more on Wednesday. And I will be streaming that here on my YouTube channel if you guys want to join. So again, factions do exist. We talked about that the other day in my video. I had talked about how I believed that factions were going to exist in the game. And I mean, it wasn't like, the biggest guess in the world. We knew that there was going to be some sort of narrative direction of this game. And it turns out that factions do exist, but you cannot choose them like I was expecting. I was expecting them to take a more Tarkovic approach with this, with selecting your faction, but it looks like I was wrong as far as the factions go currently, where there's not really a good and a bad, to be honest. The Cognac and the Spec Gru both seem to have people from a bunch of different countries, so it seems like it's more gray than it is black and white. We also get a new backpack system for both, well, actually no, just for DMZ on this one, sorry. So the backpack system is kind of like Blackout's backpack, but there are differing sizes. That was also a thing in Blackout. But you can also do some quicker, I think this is more for controller players than anything. I mean, obviously you can't take a system like Tarkov's and put it over in DMZ because controller would be an absolute fucking nightmare with a backpack systems like theirs. So it's very simplified. If you have guns, they take up multiple slots, and if you have anything else, it's basically single, and then you can sell those things for money to get your contraband out of the game. Which also, speaking of contraband, those are like your guns and everything that you can, leave with. Now, this kind of gets into my bigger issue with the game that I've seen so far, it almost seems like there's not a lot of loss to the game. One of the biggest draws to Tarkov is being that super adrenaline pumping experience where you have that chance of losing all of your good shit that you have in the game. And I just don't see it really being here in this game. It mostly looks like you're just extracting with as much XP as you can get, as well as any guns, pretty much. And then I'm still unsure about the modification process of the guns within the game itself, because some of the guns that are marked as contraband, you actually can't customize them, it looked like, unless if I was just seeing that wrong. Again, we'll see more of this next Wednesday when it comes out, and that should be fun. I'm actually going to take that day off to stream it because I am tired of being the last person to post anything about these things. So yeah, that's some of my thoughts on the game. I do like the stronghold idea. I like the key idea. The simplification of keys from Tarkov is going to be kind of nice for those people that have never played Tarkov before but want something, you know, similar in appeal. The game to me feels more like they're trying to mix aspects of Escape from Tarkov, Warzone, and then I see a lot of Hazard Zone in this mode personally. But yeah, that's all I got for you guys today. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I know it was a quick one and it wasn't as edited and pretty, and maybe I spoke a little too fast or a little too slow. But if you did like the video and you'd like to support the channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. My name is Christian, or Cenox, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.